Have you ever wondered why attorneys are involved in real estate transactions in some states and not others? I've had many clients that bought or sold homes without attorneys in other states. Naturally, they ask me why they need an attorney here in Illinois, where it is standard practice for buyers and sellers to have legal representation. You may be in the same position, or you may be a first-time buyer or seller in Illinois wondering, do I really need an attorney? What does the attorney actually do? And what would happen if I didn't have one? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm Shireen. I'm a licensed real estate broker in Illinois based in Chicago, and this is my educational channel where we talk about how real estate actually works. So let's get into this subject of legal representation. Illinois is what is known as an attorney review state. That means that after a real estate contract is signed by both the buyer and the seller, there is a built-in period, typically 5 business days, during which each party's attorney can review the contract, request modifications, or in some cases disapprove of it entirely. That period is called the attorney review period, and it's one of the most important and most underestimated protections in real estate transactions. During that window, your attorney is reviewing legal language, flagging anything that doesn't protect your interests, negotiating modifications with the other side's attorney, and making sure you actually understand what you're agreeing to. And that's just the beginning. The attorney's role continues throughout the transaction. So let me walk you through the 3 key moments where your attorney is working on your behalf. 1. Attorney review period. As I mentioned, this is the window right after the contract is executed. Your attorney will read every clause of the contract, identify anything unusual or concerning, and send a list of requested changes to the other side. Your attorney may also review the inspection report and condo documents if applicable. This is where a lot of important negotiations actually happen beyond negotiating purchase price. 2. Title review. I will be recording a whole separate video on title insurance because it's a topic that deserves its own space. But for now, just know, once the title commitment comes in, your attorney reviews it and looks for the chain of ownership, any liens on the property, easements, restrictions, anything that could cloud the title or affect your rights as the new owner. 3. The closing. In Illinois, attorneys attend the closing, in person or virtually, and they review all of the closing documents before you sign anything. If you're a buyer getting a mortgage, that includes your loan documents, the closing disclosure, the deed, all of it. Your attorney will explain what you're signing and flag anything that doesn't match what was agreed to. Here's what I want you to understand very clearly. Your attorney represents you. Not the transaction, not both sides, only you. That means your attorney has a fiduciary duty to act on your best interest, which is a legal obligation, not just a professional courtesy. Now let's talk about what happens in states where real estate attorneys are not a standard part of the process, because understanding the contrast helps highlight why Illinois' approach makes sense. In non-attorney states, the 2 parties who typically absorb the attorney's functions are the real estate agents and the title or escrow company. The agents finalize the contract and handle all negotiations. Now, agents are trained to do this, and most do it competently. But here's the distinction. An agent's job is to get the deal done, and good agents will absolutely look out for their clients. But their role is not the same as the attorney's. They're not reviewing contract language for legal risk. They're not advising you on legal rights. And in a dual agency situation where the same agent represents both the buyer and the seller, the dynamics get even more complicated. The title or escrow companies handle the closing. They collect documents, manage the funds, record the deed, issue title insurance. They are professionals at what they do, but they are a neutral party. They don't represent the buyer, they don't represent the seller. They facilitate the transaction. That's a fundamentally different role than having someone at the table whose job is specifically to protect you. In a non-attorney state, you can still hire a real estate attorney if you want one, and plenty of sophisticated buyers and sellers do. But it's not standard, it's not built into the process. And many buyers and sellers don't do it simply because nobody tells them they should. In Illinois, it is standard practice to have an attorney. You still have the right to transact without legal representation, but I strongly caution against it. You should have a professional at the table whose entire job is to represent your legal interests. When you're talking about a transaction that might be the largest financial decision of your life, that matters. I know what some of you may be thinking. This sounds expensive. The good news is that real estate attorney fees in Illinois are extremely reasonable, especially relative to the size of the transaction. Many attorneys charge a flat fee for a standard residential transaction. It's worth asking up front because the range varies, but this is not the line item to cut when you're negotiating where to save money. The bottom line is this. Illinois uses attorneys in real estate transactions because real estate contracts are legal documents. They're binding. When one of the most significant assets of your life is on the line, having someone whose professional and legal obligation is to represent your interests isn't a luxury. It's a safeguard. Coming up, I'm going to have an attorney join me on camera so we can dive deeper into some of the questions we hear most often about the attorney's role. This will help you make the most of that relationship, so stay tuned for that. If you found this helpful, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss what's coming up. And if you have any questions or thoughts you'd like to share, drop them in the comments. I will read all of them, and they may help inspire future videos. I'm Shireen. I'm keeping it real, and I'll see you next time.